Hey everybody, it's Tom. It's Talon Guitar Works time, and we're going to do the unboxing video of the Stuart McDonald Double A 1164 Princeton Reverb kit in 15 watts. And if I got this clean, I did. So we're opening the top box, and this is the one that all the chassis, hardware, and everything is going to come in. And I'm just going to go through it real quick, and then we're going to get in the bottom box with the cabinet. Okay, so the chassis, like the other kit that I got, is going to coming wrapped in this paper and slammed full of stuff. So, what we're going to do is we're going to take the two front and back panels that are in here, obviously, and we're going to set those off to the side. And then we're going to go through some of the, all right, the reverb tank was in here also. And nice reverb tanks. They're all about the same from the ones I've seen. We've got our electric cord, and then we've got our chassis. Remember, I'm going to be marking all the holes in this chassis with numbers according to the layout and the schematic to make life easier going forward. So we got the chassis, we got the reverb tank, we got the power cord, we got the front and back plates. All right. Now this is probably tubage. Let's see what we got here. Oh, this is cool. Different. All right, different, very different. All the resistors, the nuts, the bolts, the capacitors, the stress relief stuff for the cord, the jack in here for the speaker, the filter caps, the regular capacitors, they're all in this little tackle box, which I'm sure will get reused over and over around this place. Ah, we have a second tackle box. This is really cool. I like this. I'm not saying it has to be fancy like this. All right, so now in our second one, we've got our Novell sockets here, and we've got our tube covers or protectors, our input jacks. These up here are the reverb tank jacks for the amplifier chassis. And this looks like a transformer holder of some kind, or that big capacitor holder, that's what it is. And then I've got my pots down here. I've got a couple 3-lug terminal strips and the lights, and looks good. Looks good. All right, let's see what other goodies we have in here. Oh boy, this is the heavy one. All right, so we're gonna open this one. Okay, and I've got my tubage, and we're going to put the tubes on the side because we're not going to need those for quite some time. We've got our foot switch, which can also go on the side because that's not going to be used for quite some time. These are eyelet boards, and eyelet boards are what I'm going to mark with the paint pens. I got white acrylic paint pens, so I'm going to number and letter all of these eyelets and holes to correspond with what it says in the book. And then there's a protector board behind it. It's cool. Let's see, we've got our reverb tank wire, and we've got the pins that we've got to, RCA pins that we've got to solder on. I've got all the wire for the job in here. All right, here's that big capacitor I was telling you about that one clamp goes to. And I'm gonna guess that's reverb tank cover. Now we're gonna get down to transformers. And that, I think, is for the reverb tank, the little transformer. And then we got a bigger transformer here. And then we're gonna have one more transformer that I believe is that output transformer. Man, this is heavy. This is the big boy. This is the big transformer for the whole thing. And this is from Mojo. So that's kind of cool. So we got the transformers and all that stuff in here. That will get attached to that chassis in due time. Set that down there. The next thing we got is the recommended Jensen loudspeaker, which in this case should be the PR10, which is identical to the one I put in the other kit from Mod Electronics. And it's a Jensen special design. And does it say PR10 on the side of it? It says C13. Okay. So it's going to be a little bit different, but they say this is the one. So we'll see in the end when we get to that part. And now I've got something, ooh, what could it be? It feels like a spiral-bound notebook. Yeah, this is going to be our book, and we're going to go right to the back, see how many pages it is. And the Stewmac book is 53 pages. Back few pages are notes, and some advertising for some of their other stuff, which is always cool. Oh, and then they got some tools. They got a little chassis holder that you could rotate top to bottom, which is handy when you have to do the actual checks with your multimeter. And then once again, it's going to be listed just like the other manual I have, showing the step-by-step layout, and we'll see if it goes into some schematics here. Now, a lot of these don't give you schematics as a DIY builder. Why? Because we can't read schematics. If you can read schematics, that's great. Now, I just bought a book by a guy named Funk that does have both the schematics and the layout on opposing pages, so you can learn as you go with what to do about that stuff. So I'm going to real quick put this stuff back in the box so nothing gets lost. Dun, dun, dun. And now we're going to go into the cabinet box. And this should just have the cabinet, the Tolex, the handle. I don't think it's going to have the mounting hardware, which I like getting that myself anyway, because I go with stainless steel stuff, and it's not going to rust. All right, so the cabinet came boxed separate. And I got to tell you, the cabinet looks identical to the cabinet that I got in the other kit. So they may be made at the same place. I wouldn't doubt it. They do a really good job making them. There's a couple little tricks putting it together. You got to make sure that this little flap of Tolex in here doesn't get caught and pushed up, because it won't let the chassis advance all the way to the front for the screw holes to go through. So if your screw holes aren't lining up here on both sides, you want to check to make sure that there isn't a piece of Tolex hanging in there, or if the face plate is not mounted correctly on the front of the chassis, so you could get it, because it overhangs. You can't get this one in the picture, but there's a little bit of a lip that comes out on the front here from the chassis and the front faceplate. All right, so this is Tom at Talon Guitar Works. We just did the unboxing video of the 65 Princeton Reverb 15-watt combo amp kit from Stewmac, and we're going to do a video on the assembly of this. We'll figure it out. So stay tuned. Leave your marks in the comments or questions. I'll be sure to answer them. Bye.